Our family's been ripped apart, says mum of young person at center of Huw Edwards scandal after BBC apology. The family at the center of the Huw Edwards scandal have hit out at the 9-month wait for a BBC apology, saying it had ripped them apart. It came after the corporation finally admitted a complaint that their Star News anchor had paid £35,000 to a youngster who sent him explicit images was not handled quickly enough. The BBC announced it had apologized to the family for its failings over its handling of their complaint, originally lodged last May. However, the young person's mother said, "We've suffered immense pain and it has taken nearly a year, which has left me broken. If the BBC had handled the complaint properly, we would have not had to go through this hell. We have been ripped apart as a family." A damning 23-page independent report revealed the original complaint was not logged and was escalated to senior management only when the Sun got in touch. The family had turned to us after accusing the BBC of failing to take seriously concerns over one of its biggest stars. The mum said they now want to know if the suspended News at 10 presenter, 62, has been properly investigated. Gone through hell. She told The Sun, "It's a relief this independent report backs up what we've said all along. The BBC simply failed to take this seriously. If anything, this underlines how vital it is we get answers, for everyone's sake. It's there in black and white. The BBC didn't even log the complaint or follow it up. This is a devastating admission. We can only hope this should speed up the process towards the proper conclusions we need. We just want to move on knowing what we told the BBC has been properly investigated, whatever that takes." Edwards, whose wife has revealed he is suffering from mental health issues, is facing a separate internal probe over whether he brought the organization into disrepute. The youngster's stepdad, who made the original complaint, said, "It's only right they admitted their procedures were wrong. Their apology also proves that I was right to be frustrated." The report by auditors Deloitte said safeguards needed to be enhanced so complaints can be escalated and managed more effectively. BBC Group Chief Operating Officer Lee Tavaziva said, "The report identifies specific process shortcomings in the presenter case. The initial complaint in this case was not escalated quickly enough to senior management and we've apologized to the complainant for this." She added, "We are delivering on an action plan with a number of enhancements already in place." Veteran broadcaster Adam Bolton said last night, "The apology vindicates the Sun. The Sun did not identify the people involved, though everyone wishes them well. Our story last July 7 came after the complaint about Edwards was lodged at a BBC building on May 18 last year. The family had been referred to the BBC's Audience Services team, who sent the case to its corporate investigations team. However, yesterday's report details how it was not flagged to senior managers. It also states there was insufficient documentation of attempts to contact the family. It reveals, the case was not logged on the incumbent case management system, meaning there was no opportunity for wider visibility of the case within the BBC. Ex-BBC News editor Craig Oliver said, "Senior managers were left asking, how can a complaint of such seriousness be made against Huw Edwards, one of our biggest names? And a red flag was not raised. The corporation knows it needs to be a lot faster." The report included recommendations for future complaints, such as better use of technology. Our bombshell story did not name Edwards, who was taken off air and suspended 3 days later. A BBC investigation was launched into their presenter, who announced the death of Queen Elizabeth and led coverage of the King's coronation. Director General Tim Davie also ordered a review to assess how some complaints are red-flagged up the organization. Amid the fallout, Edwards' wife Vicky Flynn named the father of 5 as the figure involved as the BBC revealed fresh claims. She also announced that he was receiving hospital treatment for mental health issues. Complaint worries. The report also highlighted how some employees admitted they would be nervous about raising a complaint with the BBC, especially over a high-profile figure. It said, these employees said they have lower levels of confidence in how robustly the complaint will be handled if it is a grievance relating to another member of staff or talent. The youngster involved is understood to have insisted nothing unlawful or inappropriate had happened with the presenter. In a letter sent to MPs last summer, The Sun's editor-in-chief Victoria Newton said, the parents had sought a resolution by complaining to the BBC. No action had been taken in response to their complaint and they turned to the Sunday. We have handed over to the BBC's corporate investigations team texts, social media messages and pictures supporting our story. Edwards has been suspended on full pay of £435,000 a year since the investigation began. Asked about the separate probe, the BBC said yesterday it would not discuss matters pertaining this case. Edwards has not commented. The Sun says, Vind.